Before we start this episode, we are not medical professionals, but we are just two casual dudes who navigate life with panic and anxiety, and hopefully you can take something away from this podcast that helps you on your own journey with mental health.
Yes, please remember to subscribe to the channel, the YouTube channel. Subscribe on Spotify and Apple, and rate us. That helps us greatly. Thank you. Enjoy the pod.
Welcome back to episode 5. Episode 5?
6.
Oh,
6. It's got to be 6. It's got to be 7. It might be 7.
No, it's definitely not 7. I saw a statistic. It was like 90% of podcasts don't make it past episode 8 or something. So we're doing pretty well.
It was 7. I thought it was 7, I think.
7 episode people don't make it past episode 7, or we're on episode 7?
They don't make it past episode 7.
Oh, no, I think it's 8.
I don't know.
7 is such a weird
Doesn't
number.
matter.
It has to be 8.
We will make it past that because, hello, we're doing it. Anyway, let's jump in, dude. It's been a week. It's been a freaking week.
It has been a week. Let's go over the past 2 hours though. let's start there.
Okay. Yeah. You're right. Okay, so this episode is going to be about the trip. I took a trip. On this podcast, I talked about how I needed to get out of New Jersey because I've been stuck inside from COVID and like haven't traveled at all, and that makes my anxiety so bad. Okay. No, I'm just starting from the beginning.
I know. Okay.
That's what this episode is going to be about. Like this episode is going to be about that trip because I did do it, and we'll get to that. But during that trip, I did go to a sunny place. I did go to the beach, and at the beach, I fell asleep for probably 2.5 hours on the beach. I'm Italian. I don't typically burn ever. I never get sunburn. If I do, it's very mild. It's never that bad. And then like the next day I'm tan. Like it's never anything bad. I'm not one of those people who stays red. I'm not one of those people who I get tan quick. Okay. So, that was on Sunday that I actually fell asleep on the beach. Today is Tuesday. We're filming this.
Good for you though, to fall asleep on the beach. Like you need that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was relaxing. It was great.
It was probably
great.
The best, like sunburns and stuff, but it was probably so good for your mental health.
Well, dude, I don't know. Because listen, today we drove home. We stopped last night in Virginia on the way home and woke up this morning and drove home from Virginia. And during the drive home, about an hour in, I felt like there was just fire ants biting all over my body, just like itching like I've never felt in my entire life. I kept saying this is like torture, like it's like hell, and Googled it. It's called Hell's Itch. They also call it suicide itch or fire ants itch, and it's like all the users have described it as basically unbearable, painful itching, like that comes on from sunburn.
Very aggressive names for an itch.
Very aggressive,
it probably
very
sucks,
fitting.
But
It's so fitting. No, it's so fitting. I'm not even kidding. Like I was like screaming because it was so weird. Like it took over my whole body. It was terrible. It's torture, and it just happened right before we filmed this. Right before we started filming, I was in the bath with oatmeal all over my body because I can't seem to get any relief. But right now, for the time being, I'm okay.
Do the positives still outweigh the negatives?
Yes, the mental positives of going on the trip absolutely outweigh the hopefully what is hopefully one day of Hell's Itch. I'm praying
that's weird
that I wake
because
up tomorrow.
I don't tan. I just go straight to burn, and I've been that way my whole life. So I've been burnt pretty damn bad. I've been burnt to the point of like nausea and like sickness. But
really?
Yeah, but like dude, I remember like going on trips growing up, and I would like wake up in the middle of the night on vacation and just start puking because I would be burned so bad.
What?
Yeah. But I've never had like bad itching, so that's definitely very new to me.
Okay, so yeah, it does happen to certain people. It's like a weird certain thing when the skin's healing or whatever, and Yeah, it's unbearable. I'm sure somebody listening will understand and has had it before. I had someone reach out on Instagram who said they've dealt with it and said it was like the worst thing they've ever experienced. I've luckily it hasn't been very long of it. It's a couple fits every few hours, and then it just starts like tingling and feels like I'm getting bit by fire ants. Is what it feels like all over my chest and stomach. So yeah, it's great, but I'm getting through it. I got some cream and
Aloe cream.
Aloe doesn't do much. It doesn't.
Would you say something about about oatmeal? You were bathing in oatmeal.
Yeah, I put oatmeal in a bath. I don't know if it did anything. I don't know, man. I'm just getting through it. Hopefully tomorrow I wake up and I'm fine.
Nice.
But yeah,
I went and worked out. Got done working out. Realized that my keys weren't on me or in the gym. So where would they possibly be? They'd be in the car because I've done this 14 times before. I went out to my car again, and my keys were on top of my car. So that's really cool. Pretty much asking for someone to steal my car. But hey, I've done it before. I got my keys. I got my car. Came to my office, and then a car rolled like a couple times out front of my office. So there's like three firefighting. There's three like firefighter trucks and 18 cops, and yeah, just
hectic energy today,
dude. It has been. It was a good day. It was a good day though. But yeah, let's talk about your trip. Max and I both.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Max and I both went on trips somewhat. I think yours was definitely more of a mental battle. Mine was I just went to Chicago with some family, but yeah, let's talk about it. Anticipation leading up to it.
Oh yeah, anticipation leading up to it was
yeah. We talked. We FaceTimed.
A lot.
It was a yeah.
Yeah, I was like, obviously functioning and going. I was fine. I was smiling through it, but
you were in an adventure mode.
I was in adventure mode, but there's still like that fear that I'm like, I just kept having this fear is like, what if I don't react well and I'm like not home? What if I don't react well? What if I like send myself into a panic? What if a real panic attack happens? What if something bad? Like just so many fears, and so. But what was good is I listened to these podcasts on the way there, and the guy said, which we should have a whole episode on this at some point because it just like struck me. I just like mind blown, which is I knew this, but it's just the way he said it.
Oh yeah,
simplified
you
it
could
so
know
much.
things. You could know things 150%, but like needing to hear it every day is.
Yeah, I heard it and I was like, oh wow. So what he said was, we worry about having all these fears as like anxiety takes over, and then we have a million things we're scared of, right? Like you're scared of like planes, then this, then that, and like you categorize everything as anxiety because you're scared of it. But what it really is you have one fear, and the one fear is how you feel and what you think. So how you feel, which is panic, sickness, whatever it is, and what you think, which is, I guess that technically means two fears, but what you think, like how the thoughts affect you, how you're scared of your thoughts, and those types of things. So it's so true. You just like, he worded it so much better than I'm wording it. He was so eloquent with it. I'm not doing well, but he just made it sound very simple. Like, and then
again,
all these
it sounds like he just broke it down into what it actually is.
Yeah, but like anxiety, we just pick up things and call it like, and then apply that fear to it, and then think we're afraid of planes. We're not afraid of planes. We're afraid of how we think and how we feel on planes, or what.
Yeah,
we think
I knew that though. Like, I'm not afraid.
Yeah, you know it, but like for some reason, hearing you have one fear, it just felt good. I was like, yeah, you're right. I'm not scared of I'm not scared of a bunch of stuff. I'm scared of how I feel.
Yeah.
And what I think about it.
I think it's so worked up in our brain. I think I haven't had a full-blown panic attack in like a while.
Yeah, me neither, dude.
Again, we've talked about this. I've had panic sensations and ones that I've been able to diffuse, but like
I had my moments on the trip. I had a few.
Yeah, totally.
moments.
But like stuff, the moments of panic that I have felt recently. They do suck, but they're definitely not enough to keep me from living my life. Like that's what I've been thinking lately. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I haven't.
Yeah.
So that yeah. Anyways, that's
So okay, let's start. Let's start again. I'm getting sidetracked, but the plan was to go to Florida. We booked an Airbnb, and we're on the way. We're probably an hour away from home, and I'm like, Orlando, Florida doesn't have a beach, right? Like, we're not going to a beach right now. And she was like, what? And I was like, no, like we should go somewhere with a beach. So I was like, we can go to like St. Augustine, Florida. We can go to, and I was like, you know what? Let's go to Charleston. It's Charleston, South Carolina. There's a little beach off of Charleston, and it saved us like 4 or 5 hours of driving. We just decided Charleston. So we booked a hotel there, and it took us 2 days to get there. We stopped. We weren't going to do 10 hours straight, 11 hours straight. We're in Jersey, so it was about an 11-hour drive. So we drove like 6 because we had to leave at like 3 p.m. on Thursday. So we drove like 6, 7 hours the first day, and then the last couple the second. But on the drive there, and I even asked her this, like once I got there and felt more normal, I was like, I don't even really remember driving there. Like, I don't really remember. And she was like, yeah, you.
And you didn't
weren't
take any
really,
anxiety obviously, no, you've told me that, but just to clarify.
No,
like
nothing. No anxiety medicine, nothing. I took nothing. She was like, I don't even, like, you didn't barely talk to me. Like, you were in the zone. You just, like, blocked everything out. You were in the zone. I drove it. I drove the entire time. I didn't let her drive. Like, I was
You drove the entire time?
Listening to podcast. The entire time.
Damn, okay. And I'm sure that probably
in
helped.
the podcast. Yeah, I think I just I didn't want time to think about it in the passenger seat. Like, I just needed to just drive.
Okay.
And listen to my podcast, listen to a lot of anxiety stuff, which just gave me so much comfort. That's why we do this. Hopefully that this can be that for someone doing something, conquering their fear somewhere.
For sure.
That is the goal, because those podcasts helped me so much. But doing it, I knew how hard it was. I knew it was going to be hard, whatever. And I just kept thinking, I need this so bad. I need this. I need to do this because, and the podcast were saying the same thing about how, conquering anxiety is just doing the things that you're scared of just over and over again.
Yeah.
You just do them. That's it. And so I just did them, and I just got in the car and we drove. So we went to South Carolina. It was great.
We've talked about this before, but like, you get super emotional.
I didn't have that.
I
didn't have any emotion. I didn't have any sad moments, which I totally know what you mean.
Have we talked about that on here before?
Weird. Yeah, like I think, I don't know if we were on the podcast, but you said you get sad when you leave.
Yeah, I drove to Colorado a couple years ago, and I wasn't like, I was anxious, but I was, if anything, I was like I would just have moments where I would just break down and just cry my eyes out for like just balls.
Yeah, you're like sad because you're not. To me, at least, it's like you're not around your surroundings.
No, but like you said this. It was like it's in your head. It's this huge deal.
Oh yeah,
it's this
catastrophic.
Huge deal in your head, and I think like you just want to cry. Like you just want to let out any form of emotion, whether it be a panic attack or maybe you just cry. You know what I mean? Like.
Right. So okay. Yep. You're right. I did not experience that this time because I felt
confident.
I don't know. I just felt like this is what I need. I know I need this. I know I need to do this. And so there were some things, and these are going to sound silly, but we get to South Carolina, and when I travel, I'm afraid I have a weird food thing, like everyone should know by now. The hotel we stayed in did not have a stove. So this time around, I cook my own chicken now. I burn it to a crisp, and that feels safe for me. I think Molly just laughed at me. I think I heard her just laugh at me. So it didn't have a stove, and so I was like, shit, we're not gonna be able to eat chicken, and that like keeps me. That's like my routine, eating chicken. If I eat weird other stuff, I'm gonna feel a little weird. I don't know how I feel about that.
Yep.
So I went to the store, I bought rice, peanut butter and jelly, a lot of just shit that like I don't eat anymore. Like I used to eat that when I traveled because it was safe and I knew it wouldn't make me sick.
Okay, I was gonna say, but it's safe. Like you could eat it there.
It's safe, but it also now with
chicken.
how into my health I am. With how into my health I am, I'm like, this isn't good for my brain. This isn't good for
So it's not even the panic
anxiety.
stuff. It's just like health reasons.
Well, yeah, but I'm afraid it'll attribute to the panic. So it was like a double-edged sword. Usually I'd eat my chicken and I'd be fine, but I didn't have a stove, so I was like, oh shit, I guess I'll just eat these safe foods, but these safe foods actually aren't that safe anymore because I feel like they're not.
Okay,
They
but a
could make me
PB&J,
panicky.
come on.
Well, dude, bread. I just don't. The carbs, like carbs, aren't great with panic. Like all I was eating is carbs. I was getting no protein. Like I just felt like I wasn't treating my body that well. So, but anyway, I did it. I ate that, and the big deal of the day was one of the nights we went out to dinner, which I would never do. But I was like, you know what? I'm doing things. I have to do things.
Do you have a beer?
Oh no, not that ballsy. No,
Gotta go
but I
for a
ate
nice
a kale
IPA.
Caesar. I ate a kale Caesar with chicken. With chicken.
Like a kale Caesar salad.
Yes, with
Nice.
chicken though. Like
Sounds fire
I
now.
trusted them to cook my chicken for me, which is not something I'm comfortable
Really?
with. So no, dude. I told them burn it like a hockey puck. Like I literally told them
Dude,
turn it into a fucking hockey
and that's
puck,
because
and they were like,
that's just because you know it's done, right?
yeah, I know it can't give me salmonella and make me
Okay.
throw up. So,
Okay.
but again, these are all like as I learned through the podcast, all these things I shouldn't even do because like it's just reinforcing the fear in my head. Like I should just fucking eat the chicken and maybe I can overcook chicken every
Yeah.
time because whatever, it makes me feel safe. But like I should be able to eat it out and trust that they cooked the chicken thoroughly. Like, but I just have this fear. So, ate the chicken.
That's like
and,
me, like that reassurance. That's like me bringing my Ativan with me everywhere. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
and like it's just
Like, is that bad?
It's-
Like, is that?
yeah. I think it is. I think it
that
kind of
constant
is.
reassurance. Is that just like feeding into the panic? Like, are you actually
Yes,
not? Okay.
exactly. Because if you were to
You're-
just
'cause
say,
deep down you're still
yeah,
scared.
I'll get sick. Yeah, if you just say, yeah,
Okay.
sure, I'll get sick, then the fear goes away because you're like, you just faced it. You're like, okay, let this chicken make me throw up. So
I've been pretty good about my Ativan, like around Minneapolis. Like if I go to the gym, which is a couple miles away, or if I go to my brother's house or whatnot, I won't bring it.
Yeah.
It's been probably 4 years where I've traveled 30 minutes plus without my Ativan, and so that.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's funny that you bring that up because, like, yeah, is that like that safety net,
It is.
that
It's a safety
reassurance? Is that
blanket.
actually like bad?
Yeah.
Because deep down, I'm telling myself that I actually am still scared. Like, yes,
What
I'm still
I'm
scared. I can
learning
admit
is
that right
yes.
now, but
Well, but that's exactly like we shouldn't. The goal. I won't say that you
Is to
should be,
just-
but the goal is you shouldn't care. You shouldn't care at all that happens. You should be like, yeah, I can handle that without Ativan because
that would be
it's,
totally surrendering yourself. Yeah.
yes, exactly, totally surrender. Which look, we're both working on it. We're not totally there yet, but that is the goal: is to not bring my ginger around and not bring my mints around.
Yeah.
And eat chicken that, I didn't tell them to burn like a hockey puck and just trust that they, all these things that the risk is very low. There has to be a good risk assessment, which is so another thing I wanted to bring up, is I've listened to a podcast on it and I'm like, wow. I mean, I knew I had it, but it's like the anxiety around it. I'm a textbook case is emetophobia. Do you know what that is?
I feel like you've brought that up before, but I cannot know off the top of my head. No.
It's the fear of vomiting the phobia of vomiting and stomach related illness and
Okay.
even nausea, like
Yeah.
all that.
Yeah, we haven't talked much about your diet on here much.
Well, the emetophobia is I fit into that like so like the anxiety disorder around emetophobia so well. Like I avoid foods, I avoid things that are going to make me feel sick. It's catastrophic if I throw up. It's catastrophic if I feel like I'm going to throw up. Those are the things that emetophobic people, that's what they, center their day around and worry about every day. So I am
So-
totally that.
Is it the symptoms with throwing up, like how you feel? It's out of control. Obviously, you've told me that before, but
Yeah,
like,
it's out of control, but it is throwing up. I mean, really, it is. Throwing up is terrible.
it is terrible.
And like, but to people like me and people who have this, it's not just terrible like it is to you. It's like a catastrophic. I'd rather get hit by a bus. Like I would rather. I remember, dude. I remember one night I threw up when I was a kid, and I ran back into my room, and I knew that I wasn't done throwing up, and I actually said out loud, I'd rather die. I want to die.
Have
I
I
want
have I
to
told you
kill
before that like
myself.
after a night of drinking, like I will just throw up. I'll make myself throw
Yeah,
up.
make yourself throw up. Yeah, and that's like good exposure therapy. I mean, I'm sure it
I
would
mean,
help for
it's
me
not it's
because
really nothing to me because I mean, obviously I wouldn't be doing that if I was in your shoes.
yeah, the fear. Yeah, so I've had my fair share of exposure therapy when I had the appendix thing. I was
Oh
like dry
yeah.
heaving all the time and it did help a lot. It lessened the fear. But there are people with emetophobia who can't say the word vomit, can't say puke, can't say barf.
Damn.
I can say them. I can even see people throw up and it doesn't throw me into a tailspin. It
Dude,
is just me throwing up, me feeling sick.
I have a hard
That's what
time saying
it's.
panic attack sometimes. Like I'm gonna throw
Yeah,
that out
see,
there.
I don't at all. I do, those
Okay.
things like that. At least for me, the seeing things doesn't do things for me. It's like just feeling them
I like fear adrenaline fear cycle.
as your way of saying panic attack.
Yeah, obviously, like if someone like gonna ask me like what I suffer from, and I'd be like, oh, I have fear adrenaline fear cycles. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I'm just like the hope and help for your nerves. He just has a bunch of like different like terms,
Like
like we're
anxious illness
nervously
or whatever.
ill people. Our
Yeah,
nerves
nervously ill.
are
Yeah,
tired and like we're always on edge and stuff. And so like she has all these like amazing
oversensitive.
terms. It's like these calming terms that are just when you think about it, it's like, oh, fear, adrenaline, fear cycle. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
think about
that book came up. I'm gonna send you the podcast. It's called The Anxious Truth. Some guy. Well, you sent it to me.
I
You
sent
actually
that to you,
fucking
dog.
showed me.
Yeah.
But it's basically over the. It's about the Claire Weeks book. It's like written. It
Yeah.
the Claire Weeks Hope and Help for Your Nerves is like just the gold standard
Silver
of the way to
bullet.
treat
Yeah.
anxiety.
Yep. I had a hard time with it because I found out it was written in like what
Yeah, a
1980,
while ago.
not
Yeah,
even before, earlier than that. I
I think
feel
it was
like,
the
and so
'60s.
I was like, this has to be outdated, but no,
It's
it's like
not
it's
though.
modern. Her teaching is like
Yeah.
being like emphasized today. Like
Well,
that's what.
now it's new now. She was just so ahead of it. It is
Yeah,
new now because
yeah,
when I was growing up, they told me to do things like talk myself out of panic, tools to calm myself down. That is not the way anymore. The way now is to
no,
walk right into it,
okay,
face
okay.
it,
So
jump in.
so I watched a video that even talked about how like sometimes like even doing breathing exercise can be looked at as trying to avoid your
Yeah.
panic.
Yeah,
I don't like
I have
I
a
don't
hard time.
know. I
Well,
don't
no,
you
I
know
don't
what I
think I do
mean?
either because I think breath work is really important for a number of things, and
Yeah,
I don't
they
think
were just talking about how like you pull up your phone, like you look up breathing exercises out through your nose and through, they were just talking about how like that's even a form of
yeah, I don't know if I subscribe to that. I
avoidance.
think
Yeah, I don't
I
either
think you
really.
can use tools and you can do things like that, but it's about feeling. I think you should be able to feel anxiety and panic like hard, and you should be able to
Yeah.
feel it and go through it and walk through it. And that's really the purpose is to go through it, walk through, feel it, and get out on the other side, and it stops scaring you as much. And but we're there, like we're pretty much there. We're on like another side of it now because we're not like we don't even have those sensations that much anymore. So it's not like we're even like we still fear them, but like they're we're on a level where it's like it's just a habit. We're just like getting over the habit of being worried about it. We're getting over
Yeah.
the habit of being scared of it because the actual feelings don't really come up that strongly anymore, like you mentioned.
No, they don't. Um
But we have the habit. We have the habit of being scared of it. So we got to, that's what we're doing now by doing things that scare us, going on these trips and doing things,
Yeah.
breaking the habit of, you know, of fear because I felt like I should be scared, going on the trip. But then, I get in
We're
the
just,
car
yeah. I was
and
gonna say
I'm fine.
we're not off track because this is like valuable stuff. But like, you went on the trip, you had a good time.
Yeah.
Anything else? Like, obviously, you told me you had like
Yeah,
waves.
there
Like,
was
yeah.
moments. There was moments
Okay.
of but honestly, like not really. I mean, that's what I always
Nice.
say that. Don't I always say that? Like when I'm
Hell
actually
yeah,
doing
that makes me happy. That makes me happy to hear
yeah,
that.
like when I'm actually doing it, I don't actually have them. There was no
Yeah.
moment where I felt, "Oh shit." There was no like, "Oh shit" moment. There was one night where I thought about how do I feel? How do I feel? Monitoring my body.
Yeah.
How do I feel? Because I
Which is
ate
healthy,
salad.
if anything.
Well, I ate
Oh,
the
because you ate
chicken.
something. Okay.
Yeah. So,
I got you.
uh, I would not say scan your body. I would say, but what I was telling myself while I was doing it, right after I'd scan, I'd go, I don't give a fuck. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Like throw up then, bitch. Like I'm so sick of it, dude. Just throw up then.
Yeah.
And you do that, and
I mean,
it,
yeah, it's
it
perfectly fine to let your anger drive you towards like wanting it to
but
come.
I
Like, I've
was
been
I
doing
was
that
I
too.
felt I feel so I really am proud that I did it because it was a lot. It was a big trip. We were gone for like 5 days,
Nice.
driving all over. I mean, we were on the road for, a lot of those days, three of them or whatever. So, um, it gave me a lot of confidence in myself and my ability to handle things. It really did. I really feel like, um, I'm just able to I know now that I can go. I know now that I can do stuff because nothing arose, and even if it did, it wasn't like I was a new fucking brain and didn't have my
So you're
like I
saying
just went, you know what, fuck it.
all that worry and fear, anticipation wasn't worth it.
No, it's never worth it. I mean,
I
it's never
know, I
worth it,
know.
but I don't know how to fucking I don't
That was
know.
supposed to be an easy like, no, of course not. But yeah,
I just don't know,
there's
but
no
I
answer to
don't know
combat
how.
that. Actually, there is an
That's
answer
what
to
I mean.
combat
I don't
that.
know how to just well I was practicing the
It takes
trying or
time.
the feeling it thing.
Yeah.
It does take time. I was practicing it before because I was in the car with my mom. She drove me home because I got an oil change. And it was like the night before I went. And I was just like, I am full of anxiety. All I feel throughout my body is anxiety. And she was like, you're going to be fine. Everything's going to be, and I'm like, it doesn't matter. Like, I don't know, but I'm feeling this. I just need to feel it. I'm just like, I just
Yeah.
know I need to feel this. Like, I'm just going through it. Let's do it.
Isn't
Let's
that
go.
okay?
Just changed the way I thought about it.
So I went into the bathroom. This is an amazing story that just popped in my head. I almost wasn't gonna bring this up because it feels weird, but like I went to we were at a
That's the
hotel in
best
Chicago.
stuff, dude.
We were at a hotel in Chicago, and I went to the bathroom, and I closed the door before I turned the light switch off, right? And so I'm in the
Okay.
I'm in the pitch black, and I couldn't find the light switch, and
Okay.
panic literally struck. I got like that simple thing. Like I got anxious. Found the light switch, turned it on, and I'm like, oh. And I got panicky because it was pitch black. I couldn't see anything, and literally that smallest thing will set me off. Just pitch blackness.
Okay.
I almost yelled. I
Okay.
almost yelled. I was like, hey, I can't. So hold on. I was like I can't. Yeah. Anyways, I turned the light switch back on because I found it. I'm like feeling over the walls. Get this. I turned it back off, and I like kind of like
Oh.
stepped back and I spun around a little bit, and because I wanted to feel the sensation again.
Right, which was totally the right move.
Isn't that funny? I don't.
But guess what? The sensation didn't come, did it?
It did a little bit. It did a little bit.
Fuck.
No. You're good. I totally know what you mean. It did a little bit because I legitimately couldn't find the light switch again. But then I like stood there and I kind of like
Right.
Something I've been doing lately is if I feel panicky or anxious, I put my palms up, kind of like a surrender,
Like surrender. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
palms open, like just yeah,
Like eat me, bitch.
yeah, yeah. Anyways, so like sometimes lately, and that's just like kind of a weird like I don't know. But if I find times when I do get anxious for something, sometimes I'll like do it again and be like, okay, cool.
All right, let me rebuttal here. I have a weird thing that has never happened to me. Happened for the first time in the past week, and it's happened twice now.
What?
But I noticed it only happened both times I was really tired or almost half asleep. So I think that had something to do with it. But both times Molly said something to me like, "Oh my God," or "What the hell?" Like really, like enthusiastic, almost panicky thing, and I like react as if I've lost control, and like there's this like moment of losing control,
Really?
panic, weirdness. Yeah, and I've never felt it before in my life
I
because
mean, like I feel like any average person is gonna get like a sudden burst of
yeah,
shock,
but it's
right?
different. It's not like it almost takes over to the point of like taking over. But I go, what the hell? That like I tell myself, okay, like I do the
Okay.
thing, I do the
Yeah.
the thing that
You
we're
do the
talking about.
things.
But yeah, I do the things, but it still happens. Like whoa, like there are like times when that like 2 times it happened. It took over my body where I was like, whoa, like I was like, what? It was weird, and that's never happened to me before. So, yeah, keep an eye on that one. But yeah, that reminded me of that when you like had panic for such a silly reason. I never feel that way for silly reasons, and like someone calling my name or saying like,
Yeah.
but I was like half asleep too. It was weird. I don't know.
You could be like Molly, like yell at me again, like scream at me.
Yeah. Keep going.
No, dude, I think we just need to like start to like enjoy the feelings. You know what I mean? Like, oh, like I'm gonna puke. Oh, awesome. That sounds so
Yeah, I
great.
love throwing up.
I love throwing
Yeah.
up. I love
I know.
feeling like I'm gonna die. That's amazing. No.
Yeah, I just need to No, I think you're right. Reframe the way we think about it, like
I
entirely.
mean, yeah,
and
there's some truth to that.
just be okay with it. Come to terms with the fact that I can't control if I'm going to throw up. I can't control it. The risk is very low. Most days I don't throw up.
Yep.
The days I've been alive, 99.9% of them I haven't thrown up. So my odds are that I won't today. Blah blah blah. Those things.
But if
you know.
do,
But if I do, I'm I'll live.
I feel you. I told you this, but so I went to Chicago with some family. I rode down there with my dad and my brother and his girlfriend. Same trip I did, I think it was about 3 years ago. I made it down, but on the way back, I remember my mom had to pull over. I had to get out of the car.
This time or last time?
No, like 3 years ago. I almost
Oh.
on the way back home, my mom like pulled over and I had to take Ativan and I could barely make it home.
Wow.
So like, obviously like I look at this trip a couple days ago, like the same trip, and I go, well, that wasn't like that wasn't. It wasn't really like, in my mind I go that wasn't testing my panic.
So it didn't help you that much. You didn't have because you need to test yourself.
No,
You need to have a challenge to
yeah,
grow.
Yes, but I also need to remember how far I've come.
That 3 years ago, that 3 years ago.
3 years ago, I
you-
couldn't go down to Chicago with
Do
my
that.
family.
Yeah,
And
you're right. You're right. I agree.
This time it was like I told you this, but this time it was like it wasn't even panic wasn't even a second like a thought in my head. It was just like, oh, let's go see some family. chill for a
That's
little bit,
serious
come home.
progress.
Oh yeah, that's to
Yeah.
not even like think about it, and then the other time it's like, so yeah, like
So I think I challenge you to do something.
I'm flying.
That
to,
is challenging.
I'm flying to Florida, April 14th.
I might just fucking come meet you.
I'm gonna be with Fam Dog, but yeah, if you want to come down.
Dude, I need a flight in me now.
April 4th. Okay, so this is another kind of story. I was working out last week. Actually, I booked my tickets last week.
Oh, you booked it?
Yeah. Well, this is like a family trip. This is with some family too, so there'll be some like family on the airplane and stuff or on the flight. So like I haven't even really thought like I'm anxious. You know what I'm really anxious about? I'm really anxious about the masks.
Really?
Yes, dude, are you kidding me? Not being able to breathe? That's just another suffocating thing. If anything sets me off, it's my mask.
Just fucking tip your nose out.
No, I don't know what I'll do, honestly. Here's the thing. So I messaged a friend, like, and I was going to talk about this last episode, but I messaged a friend of mine a couple weeks ago asking for just advice with flight anxiety and panic. Someone else who deals with panic. He put on his story the other day that he had a panic attack on a flight on his way down to Cancun, Mexico, or Tulum, or one of the two. I can't remember where he went.
One of the cool places with blue ass water.
Yeah, blue ass water. Anyways, he posted an Instagram story. He said, "Hey, like, I want to be like vulnerable for a sec, but I did have a full blown panic attack, and it was hell on a plane." And part of the story was like he said that his mask made him panic more, like the suffocation.
Right.
And I didn't even think about it until that. That's what brought that up. It was like, oh,
I've
shit,
definitely
I forgot
thought about it,
masks.
but I
Yeah.
don't think it would be that
Here's the
big a
thing,
deal for
though.
me. But only. Okay, go ahead.
I was gonna say he had a panic attack on the way down, but he flew back home.
Yeah,
Like,
got to get home.
I know, but like, and he said he flew back home with no problems. Do you know how?
I did, dude. I did that.
I did that.
I had a panic attack, a terrible one, on the flight to Denver.
I did that.
And then I think like not that long later, I got back on the plane. I was
How the hell?
terrified,
Why would
but
you want to get back on the plane? Why would you?
I didn't want to.
Okay. That's just like amazing. Like having a panic attack in a certain situation, then putting yourself in that same exact situation. That's not fun.
No, it wasn't fun. But
Especially when it's so fresh
also
on your mind.
pretty much like the remedy.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is. It's the answer.
Very true.
It sucks, but it is. It sucks so bad that like the hardest thing for you to possibly do is the thing you should do. I
Yeah.
mean, that's just the truth.
Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, I'm going to Florida on April 14th through the 21st, and I'm just gonna chill.
Dude, that's 2 weeks.
chill on the beach for a week. That's in 2 weeks. Yeah.
How do you feel?
I feel fine. I feel like I just
Do
want.
you really?
Yeah, I feel like I want to. I mean, obviously, like I'm anxious.
Yeah.
But it's not like on my mind 24/7. I think I'm just trying to cut the bullshit. I'm just like, I need to go chill on the beach for a week. Like I'm trying to see through the panic and be like, I am going down to Florida to hang out with some family and chill on the beach for 7 days. Like
And you also
anxiety,
should-
do your worst, but I need
Yeah.
to go just relax for a little bit.
Well, you should also look at it like how like I just looked at this trip as like just like healing my brain because
Exactly.
it's giving me so much confidence. So like, dude, do it. You'll get through it. You'll do it, and
your mind is healed, but
you'll
your
be-
skin is.
my
just
mind
fried.
feels my mind is healed, but my skin is not. My skin is so fucked, and it doesn't look bad on camera at all. But it's actually my chest. It's not my face so much. My face is pretty much okay now, but my chest and belly are fucking fried. Terrible idea, dude. But it was worth it. But yeah,
Yeah, I'm excited.
I think that.
I'm super excited.
Are you?
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited for you.
And I am gonna fly out to Colorado, hopefully by myself, in either May or June.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, dude, I can't wait.
Yeah, I need a flight now because I did the driving and.
Do you
it
feel like?
sucked. I
Do you
hate
feel
driving.
like? Do you feel like confident enough now after you've done that? You're like, all right, Bring, what's next? Like, what can I do next? Like, you already want to get going.
Yeah, I want to. I want to go now. Like, I want to do it now before I forget how fucking good I was at.
Fly up
at
to
it.
Minnesota, play me in some puck.
That'd be sick.
That
That'd be sick.
would be dope.
All right, everybody. That was therapeutic, to say the least.
That was good. We had a lot to talk about. Yeah.
It's hope. It's giving hope. I'm telling you, like I feel a lot of hope.
Yeah. I've been feeling like a lot better too lately. So I don't know what it is, but like, Yeah. Anyways,
Facing it.
Attacking Panic Pod on Instagram, Attacking Panic Pod on Spotify, and do the things.
Apple.
Do all
YouTube,
of the things.
Rate it 5 stars.
5 stars.
If you're cool. Yeah. Do the comment thing, the rate thing. Write us a nice thing.
Do the
YouTube
things.
channel. Subscribe. Hit subscribe on the YouTube channel too. Not just.
Yes. Anyways,
Thank
guys,
you, everybody.
Yeah. Thank you. We'll see you next week. Peace.
See you next week. See you Tuesday. Peace.